What makes a good editor?
A good editor is someone who has a good eye, who has a good sense of what the director wants, because the editor really is the director's eyes and ears in post-production.
And what are some organizational and personal skills someone needs to do to sit there and work on something? Editing is hours and hours and hours of getting footage and picking the best shots and deciding which one, and there's so many ways you can cut something. What kind of a person does it take to be disciplined to do that?
The first key is patience, because to try to put something out too quickly can really come to haunt you in the end. The second thing is really a good eye. I mean, I have a background in photography as well, and a photographer probably would help would actually probably lend a good hand in making a good editor. Also, someone who has that sense of shooting the video, has a good eye for making shots, you know, behind the camera. In this case, someone who just has an artistic, I guess, you know, sense, all in all. What fits? What makes two shots go together well back to back? What doesn't fit here? To be able to see that, to visually, you know, analyze that in your mind and instantly make a judgment. It's all judgment.
And do you have students here right now who want to be an editor as a career?
I have several students that actually say this is the area of post-production they want to go into. You know, some people instantly know, and you can tell by the student films, they are going to be producers and directors and shooters. Other students really want to work on this part. They don't care about having a voice in the production. It's the post-production that really means a lot.
And Chris, how competitive is it for these students to find a job?
It, like any part of the film industry or the television industry, is fairly competitive. The jobs, I think, in most cases are going to be in the corporate and training video fields, which is basically my background. So students that come out of this program, and I have some students in this program who are actually working for the video and media departments of large corporations. They're trying to get a leg up. So this will actually qualify you to go work in the corporate world right off the bat.
Tell me about the music that you're creating. Aren't you working on something right now?
Yes, actually I'm working on several things. I'm signed to a label called Side B Music out of California. I'm working on a second solo CD. I worked in bands for years. This is all me, playing all the instruments, doing all the vocals. And the record should come out sometime in summer of 2010. And I'm working on a Christmas record with the label for Christmas 2010 as well. And apart from that, I'm working on some soundtrack ideas.
Well, great. Well, thank you so much for having us come in here.
George.
All right, have a great one.
It's been a pleasure.
Let's get back to your class.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Thanks. All right, class.
More Below the Line on location right after this. With me now is John Errington, and John has been shooting this the whole time. Tell us what we got going on here. What do you teach?
I teach a class called The Art of Production. We produce from start to finish, from concept through final edit and delivery, a 29-minute show. That's a half-hour show that airs the second Friday of every month on Channel 21, on public access, Channel 21.
And what are the students saying about this program?
Oh, they're absolutely loving it. I mean, all the courses that George Cochran has constructed for the certificate program really provide a great basis for the students to learn pretty much every aspect of the industry, to the point that they can, you know, immediately go out from the program and, you know, be employed, be gainfully employed in the film industry.
Now, your background wasn't television.
No.
What were you doing before?
I have an undergraduate and a master's degree, both from Harvard University. And while I was there, enough. While I was there, I was working with a good friend of mine. We did a short film just for the fun of it. And I mean, the whole while I was considering going on and getting a PhD, doing more and more academia. I found that I enjoyed every aspect of doing the short film more than anything else I was doing, and I figured, well, if I can make a living doing this, something that I really, really love to do, why not? So I came back home to Charlotte about 5 or 6 years ago, and I've been working in the industry pretty steadily ever since. Just, you know, started out PAing and sort of worked my way up. I mean, I've written, directed, edited, worked camera department, behind the scenes, accounting, the whole 9 yards.
So what do you prefer to do?
Write and direct.
And do you have any projects coming up now that you're working on?
I've got a couple short films, my own outside. I'm also working on a much longer project with Cochran. We're doing the filming of a stage production of Bach's St. John Passion that is actually going to go up in the Halton Theater here at CP.
Oh, great. Communication with your students and people in general is very important. How do you teach good communication skills?
Probably the best way is to teach by example. You know, make sure and maintain open lines of communication with your students about their projects. I mean, the unique thing about my course is that it's not about grades or it's not about turning in projects, you know, for a grade. It's about they have a deadline, and that deadline is very similar to in the real world, where if they're working for a production company or they have their own production company, they have a deadline that they need to meet. So working with them hand in hand through the entire course of putting that project together, from, you know, deciding what it is that we're going to shoot, how we're going to shoot it, where we need to go to shoot it, who we need to talk to, you know, interviews and all that sort of thing, and going out and actually doing it, bringing the footage back, editing. I mean, it's the full process, and it's really a learning by doing experience that they get here.
Well, that's great. That's John Errington. We thank you for your time and let you get back to your camera work.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Below the Line on Location concludes. Stay with us. Thank you to everyone at CPCC for the behind-the-scenes tour, and thank you for watching. We invite your feedback, so send your questions, comments, and show ideas to belowtheline21@gmail.com, and join our fan page on Facebook. We'll see you next time.
For more information, comments, or questions about the show, email us at belowtheline21@gmail.com.